In studio, we have Len Volk, James Dumont, and Dylan Reed. Today, we're going to be going over deploying Terraform pipelines using Azure DevOps.
Hi, everyone. My name is James Dumont. Welcome here for this session. So we're going to speak about Azure DevOps and Terraform, and especially we're going to do a focus on doing a Terraform YAML template for all the tasks that we usually do with Terraform. Actually, I did this template because I got a bit lazy about Terraform action. I didn't want to write down on my code every time the Terraform init, plan, apply, commandlet. That's why I did a Terraform template. So as you can see on part 3, which is actually a story composed of part 1 and 2. In part 1, we did speak about the CI/CD concept with Terraform. In part 2, we did a complete pipeline which launched the Terraform on an Azure Kubernetes service. And the point here is that we won't focus on a specific Azure resource. We will just focus on how to run any Terraform code with a Terraform YAML template. Okay, so the point here is that I want that my YAML file, my YAML template file of Terraform, will be able to as input to take the Terraform version I want to use. I want this Terraform template file also to launch the Terraform init, the plan, and here is the point between the Terraform plan and the apply. If the Terraform plan identify that there is an infrastructure changes, we will then publish an artifact on Azure DevOps, and this artifact will be read by a deployment Azure DevOps job, and this deployment job will proceed to Terraform apply or the Terraform destroy if we ask him to do so. So the workflow look like this. So the workflow of the Terraform YAML template could do for you the Terraform init, the plan, or the Terraform apply, or the Terraform destroy. At the first step of the YAML template, it does install the Terraform version that you want. Okay, so this is an input that you give it to the YAML template. You could also give it over input, like the command what you want to do. If you want to do a Terraform init, a plan, a Terraform apply, or a Terraform destroy, it depends on what you want to do. And within those commandlets, when you proceed the Terraform command, you can give variable files. The YAML template also has input those variable files, which could be secret files containing your service principal ID and secret, but it could also be a variable file where you have written down all the resource that you want to create in Azure. Okay, so in the Terraform init and plan, as I told you, the first step at the left is that if we detect any infrastructure changes, then we will compress the folder location where the pipeline did launch those commandlets. When you do that, when you launch the Terraform plan, you can output the result in a file. And this file could be taken by the Terraform apply command to execute exactly what has been highlighted in the result of the Terraform plan. So this compressed package will actually be the artifact. What will be in the artifact. And then about the Terraform apply and destroy command, it's actually they are quite the same. they did need the artifact. A point that is really interesting here is that in this artifact, because you compressed the folder where you launch the Terraform plan and init command, you will have what you want to do, but you will have also the Terraform binaries that will help you to process this commandlet. So there we are. So here I did speak a bit about this YAML template. Actually, if you go on Azure DevOps, the YAML template file look like this. So in my Azure DevOps project organization, sorry, I did create a dedicated project which is called template. Actually, at the time we are speaking, if you want to use a YAML template file for your pipeline, you need to locate this template file in your organization. So if you want to redo my demo, you will have to create a dedicated project for your template, or you will have to create a dedicated repo in another project. Let's say you can decide both, having two projects, one for the template and one for your code, or you can just create one project, but in this project you create two repos, one for the template file and one for your code. So if I go on the template project, I go and switch on the repo. Here, as you can see, I did a small README. This link is actually pointing to the Medium article that we are looking at, and the YAML template file look like this. Okay, so there are all the parameters that you will have to give as input of the YAML template file for your pipeline. Some are mandatory, some are not. Actually, the one that has values are not mandatory. Okay. So this is a good point. If you goes down and have a look on how to call this YAML template file for your Terraform action, the first action that you need to do in your YAML pipeline is to call this remote resources. So this remote resources is a repository, and in my context, the repository is called template pipelines and is located in this Azure DevOps project. And also, this is a good practice to put a tag here just to have the right version of your YAML template file. So this is the first point on how to call this YAML template file. The second step here is how to launch the Terraform init and plan commandlet. So if you have a look here, I did write down a build stage. So this is actually the stage where we will test the code, and we will also identify if there is infrastructure changes. So this is the commandlet that called the pipeline, the YAML template file. So here I give the Terraform version as a variable. It is an input that is mandatory. In the path here, I just write down the path where the pipeline will execute the Terraform commandlet from my repository. If you have a look on this path, actually, it's on the other project, which is called VPC Lab, and here, oh no, sorry, it's on my GitHub. Yes. Let's have a look with Visual Studio Code. Okay, okay. So here, for example, if I have this repository Azure Load Balancer, I have to fill the path So I have to fill this path, added load balancer, examples, complete. And this is the main file. So if I want to proceed the Terraform apply, I need to go there. Okay. So not okay. Or example complete. So here it is the sample. If I launch my Terraform commandlet, I have to be in this path location. Okay. So if I launch Terraform init and plan command, it will be here. So in the YAML file, it is actually this path. With Terraform, it's important to know exactly where you launch your commandlet. So this is about your code. Then we did have as an input a package name. So the package name is just a name that you give. It's just for you. It's just to know that this package contains the Terraform code that will build your AKS clusters. Okay. And here, because I am in the build stage, I want to launch the Terraform init and the Terraform plan. Okay. And there are the variables that I will give to my Terraform commandlet to launch the Terraform init. So the Terraform init actually will launch this variable. So there is a backend secret file ID, which is actually the ID of the secret file that you need to put in your Azure DevOps library as secret. So in my context, it's just under the pipeline location, just go on library. And here I have my secure files, okay? So it's this one. And then this is the backend file path, which is actually the backend file that contain the list of the data that I want to create. If we have a look on this, it could be useful. Terraform, it's this one. Yes, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, I have my folder hierarchy Azure DevOps Introduction. Then I have my package name, which I call my package name here. And here I have variables which are in my code actually, and they do contain the variable that I will use for my Terraform command, the log analytic workspace, the key vault, etc. So this is the variable that will be read when I will launch my Terraform plan command. And the backend file will be read by the Terraform init command. These variables actually contain the necessary variables to tell my Terraform code where is my backend file location, which is actually in a storage account in the container name tef state, and I will write down this tef state key file. Okay, and when we are done here, this YAML template files will zip, will compress the result of the Terraform plan command under a zip file which will be called AKS KTS. And then I ask my build job to publish an artifact that contains this file. So if we go on the next step, the Terraform apply command, now we will have a new stage that we call deploy. So this stage is a deployment, is an Azure DevOps deployment job. It is different than the other jobs because it actually deploys in an environment. And if you have a see on Azure DevOps, you have here notion of environment. So here it is my environment Terraform apply. And if I click here, I can see all my jobs that run under this context. Okay, so now if I go down, so I'm going to take the same image. This is actually pretty important not to change the version of the operating system, because as I mentioned earlier, when you do a Terraform init, it actually downloads the binaries, the necessary binaries that you need to launch Terraform commandlet in your operating system. And then, because we zip the content of, we compressed the content of the Terraform location, you have the binaries for your operating system. So it is important to take the same operating system here. So when I called the YAML template again, as you can see here, I'm not giving it the same parameters. I'm giving it the same version. This is actually important to have the same Terraform version. The artifact path location. So actually, this is an environment variable, and the artifact name is the location where we have pushed the result of the previous stage, and the package name is this one. Is also the same. So here we just say that we want to do a Terraform apply, and we give it back the variable file. If we have a look on the pipeline, so as you can see here on my dashboard, I have several pipelines. They all do the same things: the Terraform init, the Terraform plan, the Terraform apply, and also the Terraform destroy action. In my context, it's part of my CI/CD process. My pipeline objective is to create resources, to test that my resources are created, and then to destroy it. So my pipeline looks like this. It consists in 3 stages: the build stage, which loan the Terraform plan. Okay, so this actually publish an artifact, and this artifact is read by the deploy on the deliver stages. The deploy stages, in my context, is the Terraform apply, because I deploy the resource, I create them. And when this is successful, I decide that I can end my pipeline, end my job, I can deliver. So I just run the Terraform destroy. And when all is done, I can say that my code works. And to go at the next level, we just have a look on this last stage, which is called a deliver stage. It's a deployment job type. It runs on the same VM image as before. Here the point is that we need to download the secure secret file because the Terraform destroy command need the secret file. If you had a look on the previous stage here, we didn't download the secret file, because when you output the result of a Terraform plan in a file, it's encrypted, and this is the package. This whole package can be just taken and be run like that. It's encrypted in the artifact. So about the Terraform destroy, so as I just said, we need to download the secret file, and then it's actually quite the same sentence to call this YAML template. We just say Terraform destroy to true, and we give it a secret file ID, which is the one located in your library store, and a variable file. And then, if you go until this point, you will have a YAML. If you actually copy paste those 3 parts, so this one this one, the Terraform apply, the Terraform init, and part 0, call the repository. If you all put this in one YAML file, you will be able to create a pipeline that will give you an example. If let's say we were gonna test. Yes, let's test the Azure load balancer. Okay, we are about 20 minutes of video, but we could do it. So here it's a Terraform module that I write in Terraform. So this Terraform module is actually available in the Terraform HashiCorp repository, which is here. So here, as you can see, you have four modules that I did have. So you have the Azure Load Balancer one, and this pipeline is the result. Show the result of my pipeline that it did test the code. It did test the Terraform plan, apply, and destroy. Okay. And here I have just only one example, which is called complete. And if I want to show you how it looks like, so it's just here as a load balancer. It's under the main. Okay. So let's say that we will just modify one action. Terraform. Here I will add a tag, Terraform demo. Okay. So pretty good. So I'm going to push my modification and launch the CI/CD process. So the first step is a continuous integration. So it will identify that there is a change of my code, and it will test it. It will test that it works. Demo. So demo. So we just said add tag for demo. Okay. Then push. Okay. So I just push my code at the top. So if I go back to my pipelines, you can see that my pipeline as a load balancer had just been launched. Okay. So we can see that the commit message is add a tag for demo, and here it's going to build each steps. If you're interested to have a look on how is writing this YAML file, this template, is just here on my code. So you just go on the Azure Load Balancer module, and at the root you can see an Azure pipeline YAML file here. Okay. So I did add more information because it's important for me to test all my branch. I also schedule it every weekly on Thursday. Here I call my YAML template file. We did discuss about that. And here the path is example/complete. So if you have a look, it's example/complete. It's just here. So I tell my YAML template, my YAML file, to launch the Terraform commandlet in this folder location template here. Okay, great. So it's gonna work. Okay, so we did the build. We can have a look on what it actually did. The Terraform plan command was launched here, and it did say that it will create a load balancer with a backend pool, LB probe, etc., etc. Okay. So we can just wait until it ends, and hopefully it will work.
James, we are at the top. James, we are at the top of the hour, so I know you have to go. I guess this is already good enough. We know it's gonna be complete successfully. So,
okay.
gonna stop the recording, guys.
Okay, no problem. I hope it was clear enough. And
thanks,
don't
James.
hesitate if you have any question.
Definitely. Thanks, James. Thanks, Dylan. Stopping the recording.
Thank you.